from a very windy, a very wet and a very, very cold Lake District. I am out this morning for sunrise and we've arrived at Blea Tarn, which you see just behind me here. And we actually arrived yesterday, so I was coming over to do a little project with the National Trust last night over in Wastwater. We arrived yesterday, we came over in the ferry first thing in the morning and we drove down and just spent a little bit of time exploring. We headed to Buttermere and our plan was always to end up at Wastwater for sunset, and we kind of messed about a little. Well, we didn't mess about, but it was a bit frustrating because we were spending so much time round at Buttermere waiting for light, which never actually came. So then we had to drive really quickly, as quick as you can in the Lake District, because the roads are just so windy and tiny. So we headed around to Wastwater and we just about made it in time, and the light we got was absolutely phenomenal. Seriously, was probably some of the best light that I have witnessed. It didn't last that long, but it was magical and we got there just in time. Now, I found the composition and the weather has turned absolutely stinking, and I'm going to talk you through it. Basically, down in the foreground we have two rocks, and we actually have a little bit of a fence running into the lake here, and just using that as a leading line. And what I had been trying to do was to be shooting a fairly long exposure, so I think it was in around about 13-15 seconds at the minute, but the rain just come in. So we have shower caps on, everything's just getting soaking wet, and yeah, I think we're going to have to take cover here for a little while and see if this squally shower passes. Still beautiful though, but pretty difficult to shoot in. Okay, Lake District, you are messing with me now. This morning has turned into a bit of a disaster in that I've taken a shot, probably more just as a record shot, because the rain has just swept in. I'm just up in the forest area behind Blea Tarn trying to take a little bit of shelter. It's still raining. Looks like it's going to pretty much rain all day. And yes, here we go. Not good. Not good at all. I had my camera sitting on the tripod beside a tree, and it was on a slight slope, and it's probably my fault, but I thought I had the spikes wedged in, and it literally only moved about 2 inches and just leaned itself, just leant nicely against the tree and just caught the edge of the filter, and this is what happens. So by the looks of it, I'm probably not going to need them today anyway, so so this morning is going so well. You may not be able to see here the bit of the camera, the little shutter door thingy, and that covers the lens on this vlogging camera. It is not opening now, so it's actually only opening a little bit, so there's probably little funny black bars over this. I've broken a filter, I'm wet and I'm cold, and the view has clouded over again. We actually had decided to call it quits and head back to the car because it's literally only parked 100 yards that way, and we thought, you know what, we'll head back, maybe make a coffee and get warmed up a bit and see what happens. Then as we were walking back, the clouds broke just behind us. Now there was never actually any light hitting the scene, but in the sky where the sun had obviously been coming up, it did clear a little bit, and we were like, whoa. So we basically ran back down again to the water's edge here, and I've just set up, and literally as soon as I've done that, the whole thing is just clouded again, and it's just dismal, dreary grey. Okay, I think this must be like seriously one of the craziest mornings we've had, because oh, there's the light again. There's the light. There's the light. So I'm currently shooting a pano, looking back across, and the light is just about, you can kind of make it out there, it's just about kicking off. We're pretty much spraying and praying here because it's just moving so fast, we can hardly keep up with it. It's just little bits of dappled light. I'm almost following this across the landscape. It's like one little spotlight back over there. Oh, need another one. I always tell myself, persevere, and I almost gave up this morning. I was quite depressed and we almost headed back to the car, but we've stuck it out. We've been here maybe a couple hours now. See, that is my view. This is a shot that, from the research I did, there's a lot of people shoot it with the foreground rocks, and there's a little kind of fence that runs the eye over a stone wall back that way, and I was over there earlier, but I've actually just been concentrating on shooting panels of the fells, because I kind of struggled a little bit trying to find a composition in the water just with the rocks. They all just look a bit messy, so I've actually just been shooting quite a lot of panos, so focusing on the rock, or the mountains in the distance, locking it over onto manual then, so that my focus point isn't going to change. Shooting at f16, shooting about 70mm roughly, and whoa, there's a light. Yeah. Whoa, there we are now.
Oh wow.
Wow. Whoa. Yes, here we go. This is quite spectacular. Wow. I'm literally going around as quick as I can, 2-second timer in between each shot. Not even caring about a long exposure because I wouldn't have time anyway. Wow! I can hardly keep up with the light, it's just going across the landscape so quick. Ah, yes.
Bit of blue there.
I just hope that my focus is right. Just hope everything's focused and that everything stitches together. So if there isn't a video, or if there isn't an image in the video, you'll know I'm quite depressed. Oh, here it goes again. Here we go. Apologise, that got a little bit crazy, but I think it's going to go again. There we go. The light here is just, look at that. Wow, what a difference. Like, seriously, what a difference in RMX. And I've actually put the wide angle lens on now, so I'm trying to have some of these in the foreground. The only problem now is our shadow. It's just pretty much ruining the foreground, so I may move maybe that way. But the thing that's actually really appealing to me is the dappled light. So you can see it's not actually lighting the whole scene, it's just lighting little bits of it. So I'm going to grab another shot of that. Actually, this is just nuts now. I've just moved across the side of the lake a little bit, and I found probably actually a nicer foreground. So I've got these here, these rocks here are leading the eye, into the frame. This larger rock here is kind of holding down the left hand side. I'm just going to grab this shot quickly now that it's getting a little bit side light and duck down so that my shadow is not in it. And again, we've just got this crazy light hitting the distance just in like big beams, and then it's hitting all these trees. Look at that behind. Wow. Oh, what a morning. Like seriously, this, we could so easily have been on the way home or the way back to another location or whatever, just because it was just so frustrating earlier. So frustrating. I'm actually going to take one more shot here and move out of the way so that my shadow is not in it. But yeah, sorry this is so kind of messy and choppy, and parts of my camera is broken and the audio may not be great, but it just makes it so worthwhile whenever you get light like this. So something I've always preached to myself, and I had to say to myself this morning, you know, don't give up, just stick it out. Can't guarantee it'll always turn out like this, but you definitely won't get shots like this here just sitting in the car. Absolutely amazing.